guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is more of a talking day. It's been a little hard to actually go out and do things, so I wanted to talk to you about some pretty unique experiences that I've had in terms of working in Japan that we definitely do not have in America to the best of my knowledge at present. So if anyone has ever really looked into it before, you might know that in Japan they have health checks at work. There are quite a few videos on it, and I think maybe the next one I will do is about my experience with the health check. But they also have a stress check, which is new, and I thought it was really interesting, so I wanted to share it with you guys. If anyone is intending to come to Japan and work, you'll be armed with the knowledge that this is an option for checking your stress levels while you're here. But first, as I've mentioned before, Japan really loves the seasonal foods, and one of those places, like the rest of the world, is Starbucks. So it's not really a season change, but instead a holiday change, in that Starbucks has new food and beverages for Valentine's Day. I wanted to get both of the beverages, but when I went to Starbucks, they were sold out, unfortunately. So I got the chocolate on the chocolate, is literally what the drink is called, because it was the only one available. And I also got this cute little strawberry cheese tart, and I wanted to try them and let you know what I think, because I really enjoy trying the seasonal flavors of Japan or new holiday flavors, and this seemed like a good thing to share with you. So first, let's start with the drink. Oh, that's rich. So, it is much richer than I thought it would be. I'm gonna have to look up the ingredients on this. Let me check. Okay, so I looked this up, and it says that this drink is a chocolate base, and it includes cocoa biscuits and chocolate cubes as toppings, which explains a lot, because this thing is a monstrosity. Look at that. It's just, it's pretty good. It kind of tastes like hot chocolate. The other one, it's apparently an espresso and chocolate syrup, so maybe if I can find it, I can put it in the next video. And the other one is this cute little strawberry cheesecake I just showed you. I'm kind of interested. It smells really good, and it's very cute and tiny, which is my aesthetic. So let's give this a try. So you can't really tell on camera because this camera hates me, but it's got a very like soft cheesecake texture. I love this. It's tart. It's not sweet, which I was kind of worried about, but Japan does strawberry like perfectly. So this, 10 out of 10. So let's jump into this stress check. So I have some papers here to kind of help me maneuver through this conversation about the stress check in general. When I looked up as to why they were doing a stress check, it said that the concern over mental health kind of sparked the need for a stress check, but it is optional. So if you don't fill out the paperwork, then you just don't fill out the paperwork. But it is required of companies that have 50 or more employees. So the stress check, whenever you filled it out, it was basically Like whenever you're taking an exam or a test in school, you had to like fill in the bubble. So there were, I think, 80 questions, and the first set of questions was about your specific workplace, pretty specifically, which is just how taxing your job is physically, and whether or not you're able to work well in your environment, if you're being used to your full potential, if you're able to kind of hold conversations with your colleagues and tackle more difficult challenges, and if there's any potential issues between you and other employees. Section B is really personalized to you as to like how you are feeling, and just basic questions you would think you would get on a mental health survey. So, you know, how your mood has been, your energy levels, your appetite, your sleep, your ability to concentrate, just general things that would be a result of maybe considerable amounts of stress and then other potential mental health issues that you might be dealing with. The third section was asking questions about people around you and how you felt about those particular situations. In this section, you could answer extremely, very, somewhat, or not at all. I think this was broken down into like people that you work with and people that you have in your personal life, so like friends or family if you have family here. Basically assessing how easy it is for you to communicate with the people around you. So section 4 deals with how satisfied you feel with your job and your personal life. So comparing the two, or do you have a lot of satisfaction in your job? Do you have a lot of satisfaction in your personal life? And you could say satisfied, somewhat dissatisfied, or dissatisfied. They're pretty straightforward in terms of like surveying people, their terms, because back in America we do exactly the same thing. So section 5 is asking about your feelings towards your work. For this particular section, there aren't a lot of questions in this section. They're kind of concise in what they're asking you about just how much responsibility or how much of a strain you feel you have at your job and how well you understand it, or how you think you are able to improve or not improve in this particular situation. You can answer yes, somewhat, not really, or nah. Section 6 asks more about your workplace. So each section is just a little more detailed than the last. You can answer again, yes, somewhat, not really, or no. You're always going to be on this like scale of things. And this section also kind of deals with how well you think that you're able to kind of grow in your job, what apprehensions you have about making mistakes, how those will be perceived, and what reactions will happen in that time frame. So section 7 asks about your place of work. This kind of covers the attitude at your workplace and inclusivity. So I think this particular section is maybe really important to foreigners because in Japan we are vastly different from the culture that we're thrown into, and we can try to match it as best we can. But there are just some things that you're not going to be able to learn in, say, a year's time, even if you have spent a considerable amount of time studying that culture. So it's basically asking, the attitude that your workplace has in regards to its employees, and also if you are able to enjoy your free time because you're not getting a lot of strain from your work, and so your personal time is in fact your personal time. The last section asks again about your workplace and your personal like accomplishments. So this section covers like harassment, the ability to work together, your particular energy levels, or your ability to feel proud about your work. So that is it for kind of covering the stress check. Again, this is because there's been a pretty significant increase in mental health issues in Japan. I really hope that it helps and that people are able to get the help that they need. The results for these tests are sent back to you pretty quickly, and if everything's okay, they're like, yeah, you're fine. If you have just some stress, they offer suggestions about things that you can do. So like taking more time for personal care or something like that. If you have a really, really bad result, they will offer services to you and put on the back like, hey, maybe you should contact us and we can set up a time for you to come down and talk about it, sort of prompting people to be more open and pursue, mental health counseling or help in any particular way, because it can be really stressful. And this isn't just for foreigners. This is for every worker in Japan. So it's really nice to see that they are taking some steps to sort of combat this issue. So yeah, I guess that is it for this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. I'll answer as many questions as I can. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.